Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Musical Chairs of Massachusetts, where we feature local musicians from in and around the area of not only Massachusetts, but the New England area. Anybody who performs Massachusetts, great. Anybody who's not from Massachusetts, but again, still performs Massachusetts, we'll have on the show. And I am joined here by the super talented Nikki Cross. Say hi.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Nikki. Yay. And yeah, so this is our 8th episode so far in our lineup, and we're glad that you are joining us on this wonderful, warm June day. Watch it be snowing.
No. Do not put that into the universe, please.
Too late. It's so this episode is airing in June, but right now it is March. It's March. It's almost the end of March. I won't give exact dates, but it's almost the end of March, and it's past like the equinox. Like it's supposed to be spring.
It's technically spring right now.
It's technically spring.
Yeah.
And
the rodent didn't see his shadow.
Rodent is like, yeah.
Yeah. But why are we so peeved right now? Please tell the people, why are we so peeved right now?
It wintered outside.
Yeah, it did.
There's a bunch of white stuff. And it's not just white, like it's ice, slush.
Oh yeah, it's all the gross, nasty.
Yeah.
It wintered hard.
And so, fine for us, because, a lot of people are staying home, and we did our little live session that we do for these things, and we got a lot of viewership.
And Chris drives a Subaru, so he's one of those people that's like, yeah, bring on the weather.
Bring it on. I got a nice Subaru. I'm thinking about moving to Vermont and getting some bumper stickers. But anyway.
Nick's Next Crafts can make those for you.
That's right. Ooh, plug ding.
Oops, that
one. There we go. Oops. Speaking of which, I want to mention too, hopefully we'll have sponsors by this point. And, but if not, you guys, if you want to sponsor the show, go check out our link tree, where you'll find a link to our sponsorship program and sponsor our show. And then you too can have your business or whatever aired during our show. But again, also make sure that you're following us at Musical Chairs Mass on our YouTube channel. You can find us and this show also broadcast on all major podcast streaming platforms, which, by the way, Nikki.
Yes, Christopher.
I figured out how to post podcasts. Which is good. Yeah, right? Which is good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be seeing this or hearing it.
Yeah. So good job.
Good job. Yay. Yay, we're doing it. And yeah, it's actually really easy. Like, it's like this RSS.com website where you. I'm giving away secrets. And yeah, you just post your show, you upload your episode, and it just goes to all the platforms.
Does all the things.
And it's free.
Whoa!
It's free. Like, free. We can afford free. What? Anyways, so terrific. And again, this is your host Chris on episode 8 with Nikki, and today we have a great show. Nikki, you have anything to talk about our guests that we have today?
Today we have Fern Parker. Parker. She is like a local celebrity around here, and
oh yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait.
I am excited.
Bring on Fern Parker.
Fern Parker. and Javier. So yes. So thank you guys for all your support. Thank you for watching these shows, these episodes. We hope that you're enjoying enjoying this first season. And, I think we're going to do 20 episodes, maybe. 20 episodes for the first season, but we're just going to keep on going. And
Man, the train is rolling.
Once we run out of musicians, maybe we'll take a break. But yeah, so thank you again for your support. And let's get into meeting our next guest.
Today we are joined by Fern Parker. Fern is a bit of a local celebrity who started in the local music scene back in 1988. She started out as a rhythm guitar player for the Tasteful Blues band and Riff Raff. Soon after, she met her friend Rita and they clicked right away. The two of them started playing out together about 6 months before MTV's Unplugged series started. Fern and Rita hosted several open mics in the area. It was a time when our area was booming with local talent and live acoustic music was all the rage. Fern is also in a band that was created back in 2002 called the Angry Debutantes, where she's known as Gert. Fern also had a band named Inferno, which merged with her friend April Finney's band from Deep Down Dirty and became Dirty Inferno. Although they don't play often these days, they're willing to help out with benefits and fundraising projects. Now you can catch her playing blues with her group known as Fern and Friends, which consists of a rotation of her core musician friend group, and once in a while, Fern and Rita jam out. Fern also is a consultant for festivals and special events, and also the world's coolest Gma. Welcome to the show, Fern.
Woo! Wow, thank you for that introduction. I've been around. I've been around for a while.
No, thank you for coming down to the studio. We are excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
Yes, yep. And so let's get into it, shall we?
Sure.
All right. So, Fern and I have had a lot of history together. We've known each other for a long time. Fern's been just an absolute rock star in the local area, the northern Worcester County, and everything you do is, not only you're involved in so much. You got a lot going on.
I do.
Yeah. Between, working with scheduling musicians for events, and performing on your own, performing with your friend Rita, Fern and Rita, and Angry Debutantes. Just all these things. How do you find time?
I don't, and probably why I still have a cough for 8 weeks, because I don't know how to slow down. I do have to say that I've been slowing down the past year or so, even longer than that as far as playing out. I have been so fortunate to be part of the local community where I get to be involved. Like, I'm working with Franco a couple years ago when he started the Sound Bites, Sunday night Sound Bites at the Brew Barn.
Oh, yeah.
Took so much not stress, because that's not the right word. It's not. Yeah. It's never stress when you're working with wonderful people, right? But it's busy.
Yeah.
And he took the ball and ran with it and just created this beautiful program for himself, sure, but for the musicians around, and for the Brew Barn as well. So that really helped quite a bit. And then when I moved over in my career, I moved from a management position at New England Woodenware, and I moved out to sales. I knew that I had to kind of change my focus a little bit.
Right.
So I had to give up my role as music coordinator day-to-day work, scheduling all the musicians. It was just getting too much for me, and the musicians in the venue, they deserve 100% attention, and I couldn't give them that the way that I wanted to. So as hard as it was for me to give up, I gave that up. But I am still very much involved. Tim Cardiello from Moon Hollow is a phenomenal musician. He does the social media work for the Brew Barn, and it was a nice, comfortable transition.
Oh, that's nice. That's good. Well, I mean, so now will this be an opportunity for you to really focus more on your own personal music projects, or?
Actually, yeah, I am going to take advantage of that. I think in my life, I'm pretty consistent of doing things a little backwards.
Yeah.
So I have a beautiful son, and I had that beautiful son at a very young age. His name is Dustin. I love him to pieces, and I swear he probably saved my life. So I raised my son in my 20s instead of going to college.
Yep.
And then I created my career, and as I moved forward, I decided to go to college when I was 40. So I did things a little backwards, but it really worked out well for me. Yeah.
No, that's great. I'm actually in a very similar boat. I had my daughter in my 20s, and I tried to do the college juggling thing while raising my daughter. Just barely made it.
Yeah.
But I want to go back. I'm going to go back, and it's funny because I'm thinking like, oh well, now community college is free, and I only got the certificate, so I qualify to go back for free.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to take advantage of those programs. I was fortunate. I can't say I was fortunate. I worked at Nichols and Stone, and unfortunately, they had to close their doors. I mean, we just couldn't. We were in the middle. We weren't small enough to fall under the radar. We weren't big enough to make it. So we ended up closing our doors. A lot of manufacturers in Gardner, furniture manufacturers, had to close their doors. But they had this program. This had to have been right around 2008, where everyone went to CNAs or HVAC. I had to do 64 credits in 18 months for me to finish my bachelor's degree. So I was fortunate enough to be able to take advantage of that program. Right. Work my ass off. Yeah. Sorry.
No.
And get my bachelor's. But I mean, I guess the reason why I'm saying I'm doing some things backwards, you get back to the first question you asked me, am I going to allow myself more time for my music?
Right.
I said in the little teaser earlier that I don't really consider myself as a songwriter. I think that I'm an entertainer and a performer more than anything else. I do have a lot of stuff up here. I have a lot of stuff that I write down. I don't do a lot with it, and I'm hoping that that'll change. You're never too old to learn. I got my keyboard downstairs.
Nice.
So I'm hoping to just take time for myself, get back on the keys a little bit, get back on the drums a little bit, and maybe even put everything that I've penned down to music. So yes, I am going to take advantage of some of this time.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I mean, time is very desperately needed in our lives, and it's rare to have free time. So I'm glad that you have that for you. Also, no need to worry about bad language, F-bombs or whatever, because the FCC can't touch us here.
Yeah, but
Nikki can though, but that's okay. So no, but that's great though. Having that opportunity, especially now later on in your life, to be able to focus on those sort of creative projects it must be like a weight lifted off your shoulders now, huh? That you can now just focus on that.
Yeah, it is. It's funny because again, it's you don't really feel like it's a weight because you want to be part of it and you want to take these things on. I've always been, hey Fern, can you do this? Yes, I can. Hey Fern, can you do this? Yes, I can. I'll be part of that. I'll do this. Right. And it does catch up to you. And then once you start realizing that you're taking so much on that you're not giving it everything that you want to, then you have to take a step back and say, what's really important to me?
Right.
My family, Aaron, my son, the grandson, all of this stuff is all these people and the time spent there is very important to me.
Yeah.
And when I was raising my son, I was fortunate enough to have family and friends there. So I didn't have to bounce him around to babysitters while I went out to gig.
Right.
But I was still going out to gig. I wasn't the stay-at-home mom and, hey, I'm going to just put this kid to bed every night. It wasn't conventional by any stretch of the means. But we are best friends. You know,
Aw,
it really worked out for us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I mean, life has a, as the Jeff Goldblum would say, life finds a way. But no, things really do just tend to work out, and no, that's fantastic. Yeah. So let's get into some other questions here. Let's see. Oh, so. You talk about music has been a big influence in your life for a long time, it seems. How long have you been playing music?
Well, to be honest with you, I've probably been playing music for about almost 50 years. You know, from a kid, I was playing the drums. My parents are incredible. They, you know, my whole family. So we grew up, I have 5 siblings, 4 sisters and a younger brother, 3 sisters and a younger brother. And we would put these plays on. And of course, David Cassidy, AKA Keith Partridge, and Bobby Sherman. I needed and wanted to be them. Yeah. So I would, you know, take off my shirt and I'd have the beads around and I'd have my guitar and I would tell all of my sisters and my friends, okay, you're going to play the drums and you're going to play the keyboard. And we were all pretending, of course, but I was always up there in the front, you know, orchestrating. So I think I got my first drum set when I was 7, and I played the drums till I was about 16, and I met Mike Hickey. And if you guys know Mike Hickey out there, what a treat it is, number one, to play the drums for that kid. Sean Patterson was hanging out with us at the time too. But also I was in the background playing the drums, just watching this kid play. And I mean, we were in 9th grade. This kid was flying through the fretboard and mouth dropping, just so incredible that I was like, oof, I think I want to pick up the guitar. I pale in comparison with him for sure, but he was a big influence on me as far as like transitioning over from the drums to the guitar.
That's really cool. That's really cool. The influences is a huge part, especially early on in life. Music, listening to music, being a participant in that, music creative process. And that's kind of like what our show is about, is kind of showing off our musicians to hopefully inspire our younger generation to pick up an instrument. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, the scary part is when it comes to, kids growing up is we had a wonderful music program in school in Athol.
Right.
Most schools, how can you not have a music program in school? Well, it's a reality, right?
My high school didn't have one.
Exactly. I mean, it is so crazy that that's what they're going to take away from these kids when you learn so much about music. I mean, it just envelops everything, math, reading, literature, everything. And it's just such an important program that we need this community, and we need to support each other and have these podcasts and have open mics and the way to really get that younger generation open, not to be afraid to be who they are and how they want to present themselves, whether it's, vocally, poetry, guitar. They need that support, and they don't get those programs in school like they used to. No,
and it's, we're living in a day and age where you turn on the TV and you're just seeing horrible story after horrible story. And, we've survived a pandemic, but that really affected a lot of us, just, the isolation. And, I feel like a lot of programs, the extracurricular activities have really taken a huge hit, especially in the school systems, the music programs, the art programs, even the PE, the gym time, just all those programs have really just taken a back seat, and people don't realize like that's our happy place. Like
Yeah.
that's where we let our creative juices flow, and we don't have that outlet anymore, and it's a dangerous thing. So that's why I love all the open mics, like you said, that are around, and the fact that we're doing this podcast, but more importantly that our musicians are going out there doing their thing, and just kind of showing people that like forget about all the bad stuff in the world. Like this is a time just to sing along, enjoy music, and lay back, and forget about the other things, and that's important.
It is. It is. And we have so many in this area now. Jared just opened up another one on Monday nights. Franco, of course, has the Wednesday and Sunday nights. Wednesday at the Red Onion or the Otter River. Yes.
Pub,
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a cafe on the Common in Barrie.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of outlets. But it's also important to know, like, what can we do for those kids, and having them, like the Brew Barn. I'm plugging them for a minute here, but at least the kids can come out and play.
Right.
The 18 and under aren't really going to go to the Otter River because it's later at night.
Yeah.
And these are things that we have to think about to make sure that the schools get more involved with some after-school programs. If they
Right.
don't have the music programs in school, what can we do around here in the community to help those younger kids get out and try to express themselves?
I know. I'm a little plug for my own daughter, but I mean, I'm been very encouraging of her. She's going to Fitchburg State University right now to become a music teacher.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm definitely encouraging her for that. So, but that's what we need. We need, music in our education system. I think that we need to, if we're pulling funding away, I think that needs to get flipped. I think we need more funding for music programs, and especially teaching, like marching band was such a huge part of high school, like huge part.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I had bruises on my leg. I was a drummer.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I would come home with literally my entire thigh just black and blue. And my mom would wrap T-shirts or whatever around that bracket for me. And
Right.
I was only in a couple of parades. And then I moved over, graduated to a Dixieland band as a drummer.
Oh, nice.
I was in 6th grade, and I was playing some jazz, some Dixieland jazz.
Yeah.
Had the hat, the red, white, and blue.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I was in school in 1976, bicentennial.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that they were playing some much cooler music back in those days. And
I mean, a lot of people think jazz isn't cool. A lot of people think rap isn't cool, but music is just cool.
music is absolutely
It
cool.
really is.
It really
no matter
is.
what
Yeah.
genre.
And people who say that jazz isn't cool, like, come on. I'm like, have you really, like, it's one thing if you're listening it, on the radio, but to see it played it live, like, it's just phenomenal. Like, especially like jazz piano, like, I've learned how to play the piano, and I'm like, okay, this is a chord, blah 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 blah. Like, here's all the things. Jazz has no rules. Let's just like, all right, we're just gonna explore all these keys, and
See what comes out of it.
See what comes out. And there's no tempo. Like, we make our own tempo in jazz. But nothing's by the books.
But if you think about it too, jazz is kind of the backbone of a lot of different genres of music.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you listen in, you're like, wow, that piano riff, that was jazz based, so it's, as much as everyone wants to hate on it, it's been the backbone of most genres.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think even think of the Cyndi Lauper "Time After Time." Isn't that like? I mean, it's a beautiful song, right? But isn't that a really standard jazz progression?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like an E minor to I don't know, but don't quote me out there, musicians, if you're listening. I'm going to retract on that. I digress. Anyways, yeah, it's just fun to play.
It is fun to play, and it's amazing too how much the music genre of all the genres and how it affects and influences our lives. You know, you could be going through some tough times, and you know you're putting on some journey. Uh, you know, or you could be having some happy times, and you're just listening to some, oh God, happy music. I haven't listened to happy music in a long time.
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong girl here
I
too.
know, like some Bob Marley maybe. But yeah, so it's cool because like I don't know about you, but like life just seems like one giant soundtrack. Like it just, you know, it's just theme song after theme song to your life, and that's what I really enjoy about music, and I'm so glad that you're out there, that you're doing what you're doing, and providing this beautiful music to the community, so I'm going to use that as a segue.
Segway.
Segue time. Would you like to provide us with some music now?
I certainly can do that.
All right.
I think we were talking about different people in your life and how they influenced you and whatnot. And of course, my parents have been a huge influence just on the support factor. But this one gentleman, his name is Bobby O'Leary, and he passed away way too young. But he was a huge influence on me as far as transitioning. Mike Hickey was taking lessons from him, and I would bug him to give me lessons. Oh, no. And finally we started playing together, and we had a lot of fun. This song, I like to keep some of his songs alive every time I play out. These words were written by Bobby Frazier, but they're they're not word for word, so I kind of made a couple of verses up just to keep the song alive. Bobby was never really a lyricist, but he was a phenomenal songwriter. Like, he put the music together.
Nice.
It's called 62, and he has a ripping lead, and if you ever see me and Charlie Mallett do it, Charlie Mallett would pretty much note for note with this guy. He's a great guitar player as well. Anyways, 62, Bobby O'Leary. Love you. Well, I used to live my life back in 62. I tell you, baby, don't you do what you do. Won't you do right, mama, yeah. Do right, mama, yeah, yeah. Won't you do right, mama, yeah, yeah. Just like you love to do. Oh, yeah. Well, I used to live my life back in 64. I tell you, I want to shut that door. Won't you treat me right, yeah, yeah. Oh, treat me right, yeah, yeah. Won't you treat me right, yeah, yeah. Just like you always do, yeah. Well, I used to live my life back in 67. When I die, I want you to go to heaven. Won't you do right, mama, yeah. Oh, do right, mama, yeah, yeah. Won't you do right, mama, yeah, yeah. Just like you always do. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Well, I used to live my life back in 67. juicy night. I tell you, baby, do it all the time. Oh, won't you treat me right, yeah, yeah. Oh, treat me right, yeah, yeah. Won't you treat me right, yeah, yeah. Just like you always do.
Woo! Oh, I love that one.
It's fun.
That's great. That's great.
If we can't get people up there dancing on that one.
That is a toe tapper.
yeah,
toe tapper, yeah.
Yeah, I got to crinkle my neck because I was just going. No, that was great. That was awesome. Oh, okay. So, living or dead, a dream artist that you would like to collaborate with.
And I can only pick one, huh? That's the question you asked.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It's a tough question for me, but I would have to say, I would be so honored to share the stage with Neil Young. I mean, he has just been such a driving force for me all my life. Before I met Rita, I used to listen to him all the time, like in folk music and Brad, you know what I mean, like the 70s folk guitar stuff, but I never really played it. I always went to the rip and raw garage sound, and Neil Young is definitely one dude that I would love to be able to just switch leads back and forth on and stomp on the stage and have Crazy Horse back us.
Yeah, I absolutely love Neil Young. He's one of my favorites for sure. Old man, look at my life.
That's it.
I'm a lot like you. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lullabies, looking like
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah. And although I don't know if we should keep calling him Neil Young. He's more like Neil Old now.
Oh yeah, I went to see him.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, we are fortunate enough. Aaron bought tickets for us to go see him down at yes, I'm going to say it, Great Woods. Is that where we're going?
Ooh.
Xfinity.
It's hard.
But everyone knows what I'm talking about.
It's so hard to keep up the names.
Do I wish it was in this old, small, little bar to see him? Yes, but we're going. Yes, it's
awesome.
going to be amazing.
Just let you know,
we've seen him several times.
I'm a little peanut butter jelly and jealous. Peanut butter and jealous.
Peanut butter and jealous.
Peanut butter and jealous. That's awesome. Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, in one of his songs, gosh, I can't remember because they all blend in. For me at least, he talks about, his younger days of playing with other these musicians who they didn't. Oh, it was the needle one there.
The Needle and the Damage.
Yeah. And he talks about all these musicians that he just got to perform with, but that never survived because
Yep. I mean, I think that's fair to say in our area too. I mean, in every area right now, it's just such a tough. That song was written late '60s.
Yeah.
And early '70s.
I think it was around there. Yeah.
And it's still very true today.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. The struggle is real, for sure.
Struggle is real. But that's what I love about Neil. His lyrics kind of just hit on all the chords that affect us on the issues that are personal to us. And that's what music is about. Like music's like it tugs at the heartstrings sometimes. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that was great. Nikki, do you have any questions?
Yeah, let's we got a little sad and dark for a moment.
I know.
We did, right?
So, can you share a story about one of the craziest things or funniest things that ever happened at a gig?
Oh, I love this question.
I definitely have a lot of funny stories to share. To pick one that really comes up, besides one of my, best friends coming in and flipping tables over because I forgot to call her before the gig. But I will say no names to protect the innocents on any of these stories. But one that comes to mind, Fern and Rita played a lot at the Thirsty Turtle. And again,
Right.
it was a thriving. Every venue wanted acoustic music at that point. Any music, but
Sure.
acoustic, really. Characters, Joanne's Pub, the Boardwalk, you name
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But one of our home bases was the Thirsty Turtle, and we had a ton of fun. I
Nice.
believe it was River Rat or close to River Rat when we were playing, and the place was bumping. Always a good following, good support at the Thirsty Turtle. And someone got kicked out because he was drinking too much.
Yeah.
And we're playing do, and next thing you know, we see this guy come in with a river rat in his hand, and he threw it at us while we were playing. You should have seen people standing on chairs, people trying to grab their coats and throw it over, and me and Rita are just looking at each other, and we just move over a little bit, and we're still playing. Like, it was just crazy. That poor thing, ugly as it was, he was scared shitless.
Yeah.
And needless to say, I don't remember who got it. I bet you Tracy and or Derek might remember who actually picked it up. But it's funny because I was talking about this just last week. We went to the Thirsty Turtle for breakfast, and I was like, "Oh my God, I remember." And I thought it was someone else, and they quickly corrected and was like, "Oh no, it was this guy." And everyone was freaking out, jumping up on chairs, and someone did finally get a coat and get it outside.
I feel like every time I go to the Turtle, there's always some type of memorable experience.
There's probably going to be a memorable experience.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Jeez. I don't think that's a first. I don't think we've had a thrown rat in a story.
I don't think we've had it since. So, yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
The Turtle's been rat-free since.
Rat-free since. I think it was probably 91 or 92. It was early. It was early on for sure. But
So that was like the between the Thirsty Turtle and the rat. That was like the pre-Ninja Turtles.
yeah, bump. Yeah, that was a bad one. Yeah.
Splinter. No, but that's fun. Let's see. You know what? Let's go right into another song, shall we?
We can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that. Excuse me. This song, I don't know if I'm supposed to explain these songs or not.
Oh,
but,
by all means.
I'll do just a quick little intro on this song. Again, I have words and poems and thoughts scattered all over the place, and I never really do much with them. But I can tell you that when I went to see Rent for the first time, this song came up fairly quickly. When I got home, I actually went right downstairs and started putting some of these words down and came up with the song that night.
Nice.
So. Your eyes melt my heart. Without you, this love wouldn't start. Since I've known you, it grows stronger every day. Grows stronger every day, yeah. And I've been searching for the love I need. So please come to me. It was different when we met. It wasn't in a bar. Who'd have known you could have taken it this far? Grow stronger every day. grow stronger every day, yeah. And I've been searching for the love I need. So please come to me, come to me. I like to sing about the flowers. I love to sing about the trees. I can't concentrate on anything but you. See what your love has done to me. Grow stronger every day. Grow stronger every day, yeah. And I've been searching so long for the love I need. So please come to me, come to me.
Woo!
That's it.
Oh, I love that. That was great. All right. So let's go ahead and take.
Plug this in.
Oh yeah, plug it in. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back, and after these messages.
Aha.
Okay. And we're back. Thank you for listening to all those commercials. That was about 45 minutes of commercials. We desperately need money. But we're glad you're back. And so let's go ahead and return to the interview. The interview. Okay, so hello, welcome to the show. Okay.
Fairy dust. Boo, boo.
Are you ready to rock? And now my throat's sore. So, Nikki.
Christopher.
Nikki,
Christopher.
would you like a question?
I like a question.
You can ask one.
Oh, why, thank you.
Yeah.
Under pressure.
What is your dream venue to perform at? If you could, anywhere in the world.
Please say here.
Right. Anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
I was going to narrow it down to the U.S., but I really think that Red Rocks would be,
Yes.
Oh.
I think it would be stunning to be up on stage.
Have you seen a show there before?
I have not, so that is on my bucket list. I
yeah.
have
Yeah.
several friends that have gone out there and said, I can't believe you're not out there yet. So it's going to happen. I got to keep that on my radar.
I didn't even know about that location until my dad bought a VHS of the Moody Blues performing at the Red Rock.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And then didn't Pink Floyd perform there?
I'm
Or-
sure they
or-
did, but with the Coliseum too is,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
They did live at Pompeii.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
I gotta look these up.
story time. Believe it or not, I was a weird child.
No.
No.
And growing up in the early 90s, I had every Disney VHS I could ever have. And at the nice age of 3 years old, I always popped in Pink Floyd live in Pompeii VHS.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
That is pretty amazing. Good for you.
Yeah. No, I love Pink Floyd. I know. I would love to go out to see David Gilmour and at any venue.
Yeah. He's a tasteful guitar player for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
So speaking of music, what have been your musical influences throughout your career?
I mean, I think that I have so many different influences. I mentioned Keith Partridge
Yeah.
before. Kind of somewhat embarrassing, but it's a true story.
Sure.
Anything Disney, I was always theatrical, so I was the one
yeah.
running around, Jesus Christ Superstar soundtracks. And
Yep.
but as far as musical influence goes, Allman Brothers, Warren Haynes,
Yep.
Neil Young,
Right.
but I cannot take away the Indigo Girls. I mean,
Oh yeah. Yep.
when Rita and I first got together, I think poor Kim, one of Rita's friends, was driving around and a song like Crazy Game came on, or maybe it was Closer to Fine. I don't remember, but we started singing, and Rita is the queen of harmonies, so I would just
Oh,
hold
yeah.
the melody down, and she started laying harmonies over it, and we just looked at each other. We're like, oh my God. So she, Rita as well, is an influence. Charlie Mallett, Bobby O'Leary, I spoke about him. He's a huge influence.
Yeah.
Was a huge influence on me. So many. I have so
Yeah.
many different influences, and I try to incorporate them all when I'm playing. I
Sure.
don't just do blues. I don't just do rock. I kind of, I can go from a slow, sappy 70s song to a driving, Allman Brothers tune,
Yeah.
and the very next step, and that's what I love so much about it.
Yeah, and those journeys in with your music as a musician, it's so much fun. Like I remember listening to Led Zeppelin as a kid, and listening to their earlier stuff, the first original stuff, just the rockin' albums, and then have them slowly transition to more of a bluesy rock, and then you had some of their '80s stuff, and so it was cool seeing that whole journey. Even with the Beatles, Beatles are famous for that. Like the
Absolutely.
early Beatles is just nice, good old rock music, but then you get into the '60s and '70s, and like, oh, okay, or the late '60s and '70s, and they're out there.
I think I spent a good 5 years only listening to Tony Iommi and Black Sabbath. I don't think there was anything else I listened to for a while there.
Yeah.
So definitely I have to give a plug for Black Sabbath as well.
Yeah, no, I love Black Sabbath. Yeah.
That was one of the best shows I went to with my dad.
You went.
I did. It was back when the drummer found out he had cancer.
Wow.
So it was like the final last hurrah with all of them together. And my dad, it was like 2 days before, found out about this. And he was like, find tickets. And yeah, it was
Make
at
it
Great
happen.
Woods.
Yep.
But yeah, make it
Wow.
happen. But my dad, I mean, I recall him telling me a story about he went to see them at the Cape Cod Coliseum. And Van Halen, before they were Van Halen and nobody knew who they were, opened up for them.
At the Coliseum.
At the
How
Coliseum.
How crazy is that, huh?
Oh,
That's great.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
I wish that I had saved all of my ticket stubs, because
Yeah.
my memory, I've seen so much music, and I was like, wait, did I see him before? Pretty sure I did. And
yeah.
I was good for a while saving ticket stubs, but more importantly, I wish I saved the baseball concert tees that I had, because every
Yeah.
show I went to, I had the cool, baseball concert tee.
And I've seen those people who are really organized in it with their lives, which is not me, who not only save their tickets, but they save the T-shirt and then they shadow box it and they put it on the
I
wall.
know. She would be.
You make
She would be one of them right there.
Yeah, like
Make a quilt out of all your shirts.
Yeah.
My sister did that for her son. It's actually a pretty good idea.
That's
that's
Awesome.
awesome. That's awesome.
My son's wife Kim did she framed the T-shirts, all the ones that mean something to Dustin, and so downstairs in their cellar they have framed T-shirts.
That's really cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I know my. I've mentioned it more than once on this show, but my first show was Summer Sanitarium, 1999, with Metallica.
Oh,
Yeah, and
nothing wrong with that show, I tell you.
No, I know
Some energy, raw energy right there.
Yeah, Korn. I think it was Kid Rock, Power Band 5000, and then this new band that was opening for them that nobody really heard about, System of a Down.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun. But again, it just goes to show you, music is a part of our lives. From day one to all our days. So,
Yep.
well, why don't we dive into another song?
And yet another song.
We're so greedy here. We need all the music.
Well, I actually have another original to play. So,
Ooh, nice.
So you're in luck. I hardly ever play these songs out. I kind of brush them off. This one I don't play out too often.
Well, we feel special.
But who knows? Maybe I'll start again now. Brushing them off. And I'm hoping that this might even motivate me enough to pull some of my material out and try to write a happy song.
Yeah.
Aaron has asked me before, why don't you write a happy song? How strange is it that, everyone handles emotions differently, and sometimes when you're happy, you can pen stuff down, and you're like, oh, this is so great, I'm so happy. I don't think too many people do.
Dave Yules was like that too. Every song, he's a sad song kind of guy.
Yeah. Heidi Joe,
right.
same. And I just think that that's, the way to get through that hump of sadness, you just kind of let it out musically. And when you're happy, you're just happy you're around people that you love, and you don't isolate yourself to your guitar, although I probably should once in a while, but that's not the case right now.
Yeah,
So enough about that. There's not really much more I can say about this song, except for I don't play it often, and if I forget them, the words, it's okay, because they're mine, so I can forget them.
There you go. No one will know.
My frustration surfaced. I cannot hide it anymore. These unspoken truths, these unspoken lies, this unspoken love no longer in your eyes. You've called the shots, well, I've stayed at home. I've cooked your meals even though I'm alone. These unspoken truths, these unspoken lies, this unspoken love no longer in your eyes. Can't you see what you've done to me? Can't you see where I'd rather be? These unspoken truths, these unspoken lies, this unspoken love no longer in my eyes. Keep holding on, knowing it won't last. Look towards the future, but we're living in the past. These unspoken truths, these unspoken lies, this unspoken love no longer in your eyes. Can't you see what you've done to me? Can't you see where I'd rather be? These unspoken truths, these unspoken lies, this unspoken love no longer in your eyes.
Woo!
Ooh.
Ooh, that one dug deep.
Yeah, some of them are, got a little salt in there.
Yeah,
A little salt.
But I love it though. I mean, this is like a side I haven't seen of you, Fern. This is great. No, I'm telling you, we're this shows and we're in for a treat just because of all the music you're sharing, the fact that this is stuff that you haven't really played too much out there, and
Yeah.
these
I
are
haven't. Haven't shared it for a while.
These are exclusives. No,
Just for you guys.
just for us. We're so special. No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, I always like asking this question because I'm kind of surprised. Like I kind of get, I kind of anticipate like what the answer is going to be. But what was the first song that you ever learned how to play? It's sometimes
On the guitar.
Yeah. Guitar.
It was, probably Dust in the Wind.
Ooh.
And if it wasn't Dust in the Wind, it was Back in Black.
Oh, really?
Usually
yeah.
it's Smoke on the Water. So.
I don't even remember if I can play Back in Black now, but when I said that I took about 5 years and just listened to Black Sabbath, that was true, but I probably peppered in some AC/DC and some Cinderella and Rat and so stuff like that because I wanted to be a screaming guitar player. I never turned into a screaming guitar player, but I certainly know how to play one on TV.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it.
Is there a cover in particular that's like your favorite to play?
Good question. So there's so many great covers that I love to play. One of my favorites, and I play it often because Aaron loves it as well, is Almost Cut My Hair, David Crosby. And it just means something to me, always has. It's, I don't know if you've noticed any theme, but I write in minor keys. A minor seems to be my favorite go-to. And I got to perform that at the Smokin' Tuna down in Key West at a songwriter's.
Smoking tuna. I love that.
And so the very next day, someone texted me and they said, Twitter's blowing up right now. David Crosby found out that you covered his song.
Oh, wow.
The Smokin' Tuna.
Will you play that for us?
I can. We're not going to get in trouble or anything.
No.
No.
But anyway, so it was a short-lived 15 minutes of fame on Twitter, but I got the acknowledgement. So I had a band behind me, and I just orchestrated, what they needed to, and they just jumped right in. They were all pros. So they jumped right in, and I definitely got the crowd going on this one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But sure, I can play that song for you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, almost cut my hair. It happened just the other day, yeah. It's getting kinda long. I said it wasn't my way, but I didn't, and I wonder why. I feel like letting my freak flag fly, and I feel like I owe it to someone. me get myself together. Oh, I'm gonna find myself back in the sunny southern weather. But I'm not giving myself half a chance. I separate the wheat from the chair, and I feel like I owe it to someone. Yeah, 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 to someone. Oh, yeah, to someone.
Woo! That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm all stuffy and everything, but not gonna let that stop me.
No. I can see why he did his Twitter thing and
You got that shout out.
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
always been one of my faves.
Yeah. God, this has been so much fun so far. we're almost at the end, but we'll
I appreciate you guys having me here. That's for sure. It's so hard sometimes to, I don't know, promote yourself, self-promote,
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So, when you asked me, I was honored. Number one, and number two,
thanks.
I was like, I'm a ham. Don't get me wrong.
and that's why
I'm
we
a
love
ham, but believe it or not, I'm shy. I'm shy when it comes to talking about myself and trying to promote yourself. And it's easy to give yourself a, hey, come see me play on
Right.
Facebook. But when you're doing a face-to-face, you're like, oh, you want to please come see me play?
Yeah.
So I don't do that a lot. I use Facebook for that platform.
Sure.
Of course. But it was kind of nice for me to pull out all my old notes and, like I said, all the pictures that came in with some of the memories. I was like, wow, this is a great way for me to spark the memories in the how fortunate I am to have had grown up in the era that I grew up in. Like I
Right.
said, me and Rita, we were playing a King Philip open mic in early 1989, and then November 1989, MTV comes out with the Unplugged series, and then
Yeah.
boom. Like, we could have been playing 7 days a week. It was that everyone wanted it that much, It was a
Right.
lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's and that's why we're doing what we're doing, just because you turn on MTV now and it's just like there's no music.
There's
Oh,
no
it's
music.
pregnant teenagers.
Yeah, it's all pregnant teenagers, which is okay, whatever. But VH1, I like I can't even find VH1 anymore. All these music stations are gone. So
Video killed the radio star.
Video killed the radio star. So that's why we're here.
That's right. Bring it back.
Because we're bringing it back, baby. We're doing it live. But yeah, no, that's why we're here. So again, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show. But I absolutely, unless if you don't have one, wouldn't let you go without doing one more song.
I could probably do one more song.
Okay.
It most likely will be. What do I want to do? It most likely will be a Bobby O'Leary song.
Oh, okay.
I don't play it acoustically too much. I was thinking Hurt I Had the Blues.
Oh.
But I also could do my other favorite cover, one of my other favorite covers, Grand Funk, That's All.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that one too. Oh, wow.
What do you think? Let's put Aaron on the spot for a quick second.
We have a friend in the studio.
What's an original you haven't done?
Well, I was thinking of Heard I Had the Blues. It's Bobby's. I think my originals are going to be, like, stashed away for now.
Go with Bobby.
Go with Bobby?
That could be another like song title for the future. Go with Bobby.
Go with Bobby.
Now, which one? All right, I'm gonna stick with my first thought, which was, heard I had the blues. I usually play it with a band. I don't know how it's gonna come out acoustically, but you're gonna find out live.
Live.
You heard I had the blues, I thought you heard the news, oh baby. You come around town spreading your love around, oh baby. But when you come home to me, you know you gave me the blues. You heard I had the blues, I thought you heard the news, oh baby. You're my heart's desire, you set my love on fire, oh baby. But when you come home to me, I heard I had the blues. Woo! I had the blues. You heard I had the blues, I thought you heard the news. Oh, pretty baby, you come around town spreading your love around. Oh, pretty baby, but when you come home to me, you know I gave you the blues. Oh, yeah. I heard I had the blues. I heard I had the blues. I heard I had the blues.
Well, I can confirm there's no blues here. There's just nothing but love for you, Fern.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you for coming down, and thank you for tuning in on this show. Again, this is the Musical Chairs of Massachusetts, and if you aren't already following us, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this episode, and yeah, spread the music, spread the love.
Spread the love.
Spread the
Rock on. Share.
Rock on!
Hit that subscribe button below.
Yeah, right there, right somewhere
Right
over here.
beside 'em.
Somewhere, I don't know. I'll edit it somewhere. But anyways, but no, thank you again for coming out. And again, my guest is Fern Parker. Go check her out. You can see her with the Angry Debutantes.
Follow us on Facebook too, because there's another quick experience that I've had and want to talk about. Humbling experiences and a great support is we did a second bus trip, February bus trip from Wilson's down to Midway Cafe.
I saw the pictures.
I'll tell
That looked
you,
like so much fun.
It really did.
The first year we did it last year, we all got on the bus and I literally couldn't talk. I was so grateful and overwhelmed about the love and the support that we had, that I just wanted to, before I turned into angry dirty Gert, I turned into the blubbering, slobbering Fern, and just wanted to thank everyone. I don't think I did it with without a tear in my eye.
Yeah.
It was just amazing.
Love that.
And so 2 years in a row we've been doing that. So
That's awesome.
again, just not only thankful for the musicians in the area, but the people that come and support us. We couldn't do it without you guys, and you don't even know how much it affects and means to us for your support. So thank you all so much. For that.
No, love it. We're just like we're here for the ride, man. Like it's just a ride. Like seriously though, I sit here and I just see all this pure talent. It's a little surreal. So I'm glad that we can share it with you, the audience. This is what we do. Bringing the music to you.
Fairy dust.
Thank you. So again, this has been another episode of Musical Chairs of Massachusetts, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.